Subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss another video of Bhakti Charu Swami.
I never really thought of writing an autobiography as such, but when many of my senior godbrothers started to request me to write about my days with Srila Prabhupada, I was kind of compelled to write it. And the editor actually wanted to add a part of my life before I came in contact with Krishna consciousness. And that was the first chapter which I mentioned in brief about my past. So, editor.
Which pastime in the book was your favorite?
Well, I don't really think in terms of which pastime is most favorite. But when it comes to considering the important pastimes, then one thing that comes to my mind is when, during my early encounters with Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada just told me to offer this life to Krishna. And that remained very deeply ingrained in my heart. And Prabhupada actually explained elaborately about the futility of our materialistic endeavor and the importance of our involvement in Krishna consciousness. So, and that's what I have been trying since then, to offer this life to Krishna. And in a way, I consider that's one of the most important instructions from Srila Prabhupada.
Are you planning to bring out a sequel to the book?
I didn't really think in terms of a sequel, but again, many of my godbrothers requested me to write about my days with Srila Prabhupada, the instructions that I received, and the way I've seen ISKCON since I have come to this movement, to kind of put a recorded history. That I may do sometime, because ISKCON has gone through a lot of interesting phases. During Prabhupada's time, it was a very, very interesting phase. Another interesting phase was after Srila Prabhupada left the planet, the way we faced so many crises and how we have been able to overcome those crises. And in a way, I also feel that it is important that someday I write that, and for the posterity, maybe for the future, because the devotees need to know what this ISKCON has gone through from the early stage.
You have recently had a pilgrimage in December in India, and you're planning to have some more. Can you please share how the concept came about, when it was launched, the routes taken, and what experiences the devotees can expect?
Actually, I started to think about this in 2008, when I realized that for various reasons, for various important responsibilities, it's not going to be possible for me to travel so extensively and meet my disciples. And therefore I thought of going to different countries where I have a number of disciples, good number of disciples, and hold a seminar, spend about 7 days together with them, and that is how this concept actually started, and a kind of a retreat. And the first one was in Switzerland. We had it in a very beautiful place where the road ends, and that's the end of the roads in the mountain. There was a hotel which was a skiing resort, and in the summertime it was fairly empty. So we rented the hotel for 1 week, and we had a seminar there, we had a retreat there, and devotees from Europe came and joined the thing. And then the next one was in America, then in South Africa, Australia, and India. These are the main places where I'm having these retreats every year. The idea behind that is to get the devotees come and we can spend a week together in different areas, and I found that it was quite enlivening for them, and it was quite enriching also. And also, I was getting their association, I was getting to see them, and they were also getting to get my association, instructions, and then the last one we thought of having in India, a 3-week long in 3 different holy places. The first one was in Vrindavan for 1 week, then we went to Jagannath Puri for another week, and then finally Mayapur. So these were the 3 most important places of pilgrimage for us, and we went to spend 3 weeks together, and it seems that everyone who joined liked it very much, and practically everyone is looking forward to this one next year, a retreat like that next year. And those who haven't participated in the last one, they have been expressing their lamentation, and they are also saying that we should have another one this year. So let's see. We are planning also to have one, provided Krishna willing, we all will be able to participate. I'll be in a proper shape to give that time.
You also have an Australian retreat annually, and there is one coming up. Can you please share details of that retreat in terms of the content and subject matter that usually gets covered?
Yeah, in Australia, generally we do it in a nice location, preferably on the coast of the sea. And some hotels we just take over, and about 70 to 100 devotees participate. And we also spend, in Australia we can't really have a week-long one because it seems that devotees cannot really free themselves for such a long time. But generally we select a long weekend so that they can at least participate for 4 or 5 days. And last one was actually a cruise to Caledonia. And anyway, this year we are having one on the coast near Newcastle, I think. And the topic that we are going to discuss, every year we actually take a different topic. So this year's topic is Krishna's pastimes from Garga Samhita and other Puranas. Garga Samhita is a very important scripture for us because Garga Muni was the family priest of Krishna's family, Jata dynasty. And Garga Muni actually gave a detailed description of Krishna's activities. And so that's what we are going to discuss this time, mainly from Krishna's pastimes from Garga Samhita.
What are some of the ISKCON projects you're currently working on?
Well, I've been involved as a GBC in many projects, mainly TOVP, the Temple of the Planetarium in Mayapur. But recently I embarked on a project in America where we have acquired Christian Youth Retreat Center on about 120 acres of land. It's a beautiful piece of property on a lake. One side is the lake and the other side is the Ocala National Forest. And because it's a Christian retreat center, a lot of facilities are already existing. And we are starting a project there. The idea is it's only about 45 miles from Orlando City. Orlando, for that matter, is the biggest tourist center in America. Like last year, 72 million tourists visited Orlando. And there's a large university where we are located 10 minutes away from them. There is a DeLand University, and the University of Central Florida is about half an hour's drive from there. So the idea is to invite the youth and the students from the universities and other educational institutes to come to the property and have seminars and let them stay there and have the spiritual life along with us, the taste of spiritual life along with us, and learning various aspects of prosperous, healthy, and productive life. Learning, say for example, learning to pray to the Lord, learning our relationship with the Supreme Personality of God, learning about how to lead a healthy life, following the Ayurvedic system of medicine that has been presented in the Vedas, and learning the importance of vegetarian food, learning about healthy life, practicing yoga, and so forth. And along with that, the importance of cow protection and various other domestic animals, how they are important in our life. So the basic idea is to invite them and present a proper Krishna conscious philosophy, Krishna conscious way of living, and the benefit of such a living.
Mahaprabhu's movement has always been a strong movement involving the youth. There has been a significant increase in the number of youth taking up Krishna consciousness across the world. What do you think is the main difference and perhaps challenges of today's generation compared to your time? Do you think ISKCON is an organization will need to change our outlook, perspective and packaging?
It's a very good sign that the youth are being attracted to Krishna consciousness movement, because the youth actually make things happen. You consider any remarkable achievement in the world has been achieved by the youth. They may have been guided by the elderly ones, but the achievement, getting things done, was done with youth. Because they have the energy, vitality, passion, commitment, and the fulfillment of their ideals. So it's only the youth who can actually make things happen. And but it needs proper direction. Like misdirected youth cause a lot of damage. Today we are seeing in the name of religion what's happening. The youth are being motivated to cause all kinds of damage in the society. So it's like youth is like the force, the power. And it's important how you're going to utilize it. If the power is utilized in a wrong way, it will cause damage. If you utilize the power in the right way, it will help and benefit the society. So, in Krishna consciousness, youth actually get to learn what is the ultimate goal of life. And when they take up that responsibility, they can make things happen. And I'm really looking forward to this youth involvement. Especially in India, we are seeing educated young boys and girls are getting involved, and they're making such a big impact in our movement there. Like, and we are trying to utilize their energy for the benefit of the society. They are going out propagating Krishna consciousness and inviting or attracting others. So that is the thing, like a group of doctors going out and treating the epidemic victims. Actually, the world is actually suffering from a disease called materialistic disease, and the cure to that disease is spiritual involvement, and that is what is happening. And as a result of that, the human society is going to benefit, or one can say that the individuals are at least benefiting immediately, and those who are getting involved, and those who are going to accept it are going to benefit. And in this way, as this movement spreads, the world is going to benefit in general.
Do you think ISKCON as an organization will need to change our outlook and perspective and packaging as we go into the future?
Yes, we have to move according to the need of the moment. If we cannot hold on to some set way as such, like we have to see what people need and what people want, and accordingly we must generate that interest and attract them. Like today's youth is different from previous generation. In our time, most of the youth in the West were looking for a positive alternative. They were searching for life that would lead them to real happiness. They saw that materialistic prosperity doesn't really bring happiness. You cannot buy love with money. So then they started a movement in the West and in America especially, and then it spread to the Western world very effectively. And at that time Srila Prabhupada went there and he gave them the real positive alternative, and they were attracted. And they were attracted by his love, and they saw that real love comes from getting involved with the Supreme, the activities for the sake of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the love is a spiritual thing. Love is not a physical thing. The attraction between the material bodies is not really love. It is actually lust. The love is when it is directed towards the Lord. And when it is directed towards the Lord, then it's also directed or reflected to his parts and parcels. And that is what Srila Prabhupada actually gave. And wherever one is, in whichever situation one may be in, everyone is actually hankering for love. And we have to see how to give it to them, how to motivate them to accept that love and distribute that love for others. And that is the bottom line. And as you say, like the same material has to be packed according to the need of it. The packaging may be different, but the substance remains the same.